What's up, family? Hey, fair warning. This video is going to be for mature adults. Okay? Again, this video is for mature adults. Okay? And age ain't got nothing to do with maturity. Alright? I get asked a lot by women, what the heck is going on with you? You know what I mean? Um, why aren't you in a relationship? Are you gay or whatever? I get asked so many different questions by women. You know what I mean? Family, man, I don't even know how to respond to that. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I ain't gay. Reality, you know what? I haven't been with a woman since November of last year. Um, and man, when I say I haven't been with a woman, I mean I haven't been with a woman. I haven't, you know what I mean? In any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? No intimacy whatsoever at all. Um, Guys, look up, Google semen retention. I'm say again, this is for the fellas. Google, get on YouTube, whatever, and look up semen retention. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay. As far as me not being with a woman or anything of that nature, um, man, do I desire to be with one? In time, I do. Um, Last night, I was laying there and it was weird because I was just tripping out. I was like, man, I have to understand um, what is it? Why I fall in love so easy. Stay with me. We're about to go deep, okay? Um, for me, I've always fell in love easy, okay? Always. Although going back to childhood, okay? When my mother was murdered and I lost my father as well due to him going to prison, it triggered something within me, okay? At 2 years of age, the loss of my mom and my father triggered something in me. It triggered a emotional promiscuity, okay? Scientific terminology. They've since changed it to hemophilia. Hemophilia. Philia, I believe. Hemophilia. Um, and with that is said, you know what? Ever since I was a kid, I've had so much love to give. I've always known that I had a lot of love to give. Stay with me, we're going somewhere. I've always had so much love to give. Always. And the crazy thing is, I've never felt like my love was ever reciprocated. Stay with me. And it's weird because a lot of times when we go through traumatic events in our lives, we normally respond one or two ways. Um, so often you get hurt and we become hardened and we become like, man, F that. F love and F these bees. You know what I mean? We go left. You know what I mean? Um, you know, people, after they've been hurt and abused so much, some people become homosexuals. Some people just cut off all relationships. Um, People respond by getting hard. It's like, man, I'm done with love, and just whoop with all different types of responses. I've always been that person that, man, I have so much love to give, you know? And it was weird because it's like the more I got hurt, the more I wanted to love, the more I felt like I needed to love somebody. Stay with me, we're going somewhere. So is the more I got hurt, the more love I had to give. And it was weird because for a while I was like, man, am I addicted to the idea of being in love? You know what I mean? And when you sit back and you stop and you really process that, man, are we addicted to the idea, to the notion, to the concept of being in love? And after I thought about it for a long period of time, it's like, nah, I'm really not. I'm not addicted to anything, you know? Um, this is just who I am. I am love at my core. I am love um, just naturally. That's who I am. I believe that's who we all are. But we allow life to harden us. We allow life to make us leery and weary of dealing with people. You know what I mean? To where, man, we're standoffish and we're not trusting, and man, is I'm not getting hurt again, and we're so guarded and protected. You know what I mean? And that's not me. That's not me. You know. And the thing that I've come to realize last night was that, man, because I'm so loving, because I fall in love so easily, man, I have to um, guard myself in the aspect. When I say guard myself, listen to what I'm saying. I have to make sure that it's the right person. You know what I mean? Everybody deserves to be loved. Everybody deserves my love. Everybody doesn't deserve me to be in love with them. Let's say that again. Everybody deserves our love, but everybody doesn't deserve for us to be in love with them. And I had to learn that the hard way. You know what I mean? And so when I say that, man, I cut people off, and it's not so much as cut people off as far as just haven't allowed myself to get caught up in an emotional relationship or anything of that nature, is because, man, I'm learning about me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to understand, and I've learned that, man, I give so much. I love easy. You know what I mean? And I have that type of love, and to me, it's just love. There's no such thing as different types of love to me. It's just love, and it's all unconditional love. Um, even after I've gotten broken, even after I got hurt, even after people walked out on me, even after people have cheated on me and woo doo doo, man, after the hurt, after the pain, after the disappointment and all that other stuff, all those other emotions and feelings, um, man, the truth is, man, I still love them. I still love those people. I don't want to be in a relationship with them anymore, but I still love them. We could laugh and talk and chop it up, but I don't want to be in a in an emotional relationship with them, in a relationship that's charged with my passion. And so for me, for me, I've had to take a step back and come to the grips and come to reality like, man, you know what? I have to be particular about who I allow myself to fall in love with. Because if you're not careful, it's easy for narcissists, it's easy for people that are manipulators to take advantage of that passion, to take advantage of that love. And it's like, I can't fault them for doing that. You know, in the past, I was a victim. You know, I had that victim mentality, man. Women ain't crap, you know what I mean? And I put all women in that category when I was hurt, you know what I mean? And it's like, man, it's not the women's fault, you know. That's who they are. That they're manipulators. They've been hurt. They've been abused and whoop de whoop de whoop. And this is their defense mechanism. This is their guard to keep them from getting hurt and whoop de whoop all this other stuff. It's like once you understand all that, it's like, okay, now I understand why the women do the things that they do. And not just when guys do the same thing, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I understand it. Now that I understand it, I don't have to allow it to happen to me. I understand that your issues make you the way that you are. I understand that your issues make you a narcissist. I understand that your issues make you a manipulator. You know what I mean? I understand that your issues make you a energy vampire. You know? Now that I understand these things, you know, I have to allow myself to be preyed on. I don't have to allow myself to be a victim to your issues. You know what I mean? Yes, I love you, and yes, I'll do what I can to help you and whoop de whoop de whoop. But man, I don't have to allow my emotions to be so charged and to be manipulated and to be taken advantage of. That's my responsibility. Again, I made a video the other day, and I'm always talking about don't allow other people's issues to become your issue. And when you're not careful with your love, when you're not careful with who you fall in love with, when you're not careful who you give your energy to, you allow yourself to become, um, you're doing the right thing, you're doing a good thing, you know, but you allow yourself to become manipulated. And so it's our responsibility to make sure that we're not being manipulated. It's our responsibility to make sure that we're not being dogged out. It's our responsibility to make sure that the people that we attach ourselves to aren't just draining our energy. There's nothing wrong with being in love. There's nothing wrong with loving people. But make sure that you're protecting yourself. Make sure that you're not being taken advantage of. Make sure that you're loving the right people, that you're giving your energy to the right people. Everybody don't deserve your energy. And I know that sounds like a contradiction because I said everybody deserves love. Everybody do deserve love, but they don't necessarily deserve your energy. See, I could love you and not deal with you. I could love you and be like, I'm gonna love you from far. You can't be in my circle because I can't trust you. Just because I don't allow you within my circle don't mean that I don't love you. It's like a parent who has a kid who's strung out on dope. The parent don't stop loving their kids because their kid's strung out on dope. The parent don't stop letting the kid um, be their kid because they're strung out on dope. They don't disown them because they're strung out on dope. They're like, okay, that's what you choose to do. That's got your mind wrapped up. You can't come to my house. I can't give you any more money. Why? It's not because I don't love you, it's because I don't trust you. I love you. It's breaking my heart seeing you like this. But I'm not going to allow you to keep manipulating me. I'm not going to allow you to keep using me and taking me for granted and all this other crazy stuff. You know what I mean? So you can love people and cut them off. You can love people and keep them at a distance. And so we get so caught up into, well, if you love them, you got to let them in. And man, nah, damn all that. You know what I mean? Damn all that. No, you don't. There are women that I love that I want absolutely nothing to do with. Nothing to do with at all. There's women that I love that if I never see them again, I'm not gonna miss a beat. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't care to ever see them again. It don't mean that I hate them. It don't mean that I don't like them. I love them. I just don't want anything to do with them. I don't care if they changed. I don't care if they're grown up. None of that stuff matters to me. I hope they've changed. I hope they've grown up, but I'm not going to allow them in my circle anymore to find out whether they've grown up and matured or not. It don't matter to me. It's not my issue. It's not my issue. And so for me, man, I still love people and I love hard. You know what I mean? There's only one way for me to love, and it's like, man, I'm an open book. You know what I mean? I give all that I am, you know? And again, everybody's not deserving of that, you know? Um, and so, man, my hope and prayer is that you you have to learn who you are. You have to understand who you are, why you do the things that you do. Why are you the way that you are? And you can only get that knowledge from introspection. You can only get that knowledge from just sitting back and getting to know who you are and psychoanalyzing all the things that you've gone through. What was the lesson? What was that teaching me? And all the times that I got my heart broke, all the times that these women walked out of my life or cheated on me or whoopty whoopty whatever, every one of those situations wasn't to dog me out. Every one of those situations was to teach me, Elijah, yes, love. But understand that, man, you got to love you first and foremost. Love. But, man, be cautious with your love. Be careful with your love. Don't just give it to everybody. Don't just give it to anybody. Don't just give your energy away to anybody and to everybody. That was a hard lesson for me to learn. A very hard lesson for me to learn. Because again, I'm one of those people, man, that I'm not going to allow what's happened to me to get the best of me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to allow it to change me in the aspect that I become hardened and I become distrusting of humanity and that I give up on people and that I give up on love. I'm not going to allow that to happen. And my hope and prayer is that you don't allow that to happen. And if you have allowed it to happen, that you begin the process of undoing that. And you can only do that by understanding why you are the way you are. There's so much craziness in the world right now. So much negativity and just toxicity going on, just rampant. You know what I mean? And as family, we gotta give love. We get the love is the answer. love is the answer. And please don't. I'm not one of those pacifist people that, man, if you break into my home, I'm just going to, because I love and because I talk about love, whoop de whoop. Man, don't get that misconstrued. Don't get that twisted. Don't think for a second that I'm not going to defend mine. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted to become a pastor. Because I talk about love that um I'm weak. Don't get it twisted. Don't think for a second that I ain't got near problem with kicking you in your throat. Don't think for a near second I ain't got a problem pulling up my chit and putting one in your head. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do what I got to do to protect mine. But I'm about love, and because I love mine, I'm gonna protect mine. See, people get it twisted. People think because Jesus talk about love, love, love. Everybody around Jesus had a sword. Jesus didn't condemn Peter for pulling out his sword and chopping off the dude's ear. Um, he got on Peter for that. But his whole thing was Peter wasn't wrong for having a sword. Is what I'm trying to say. He didn't get on Peter like, why you got this sword and you wrong for having this sword. He was like, Peter, this ain't the time and place. I have to go through this. He didn't condemn Peter for having a sword. He didn't condemn Peter for being willing to use the sword. So don't get it twisted about being loving and all that other stuff. That just because you're about love, that you're pacifist and that you're weak. Man, I don't have a problem with slapping a dog mess out of somebody. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with doing a roundhouse kick and kicking you in your temple. I don't have a problem if we got to take it there, pulling out a gun and putting a couple rounds in your head. I don't want to have to do that, but if that's what I got to do, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So don't get it twisted. Don't get people twisted and get people think that, oh, just because you talking about love and you talking about you're a monk and you meditate and you pray and you do kung fu and you're just real nice and real soft spoken, that, man, you're not gonna do what you got to do. No, because I love my peoples, I'm gonna do what I got to do. Because I love me, I'm gonna do what I have to do. And what I mean by that, I'm going to continue to meditate. I'm going to continue to exercise. I'm going to continue to try to eat right. I'm going to continue to try to grow and develop on a daily basis because I love me. Because I want to reach my full potential. Because I want to understand why I respond the way I do in certain situations. I'm all about growth and development. Always about that. Because that's why we came here. That's why we came here, was to grow and to help others along the way. Happy healing. I love you guys. Peace.